Hey YouTube, it is less than 2 weeks for me to go to New York Go Fest, and it is 3 weeks until Global Go Fest. And what I need to do is I need to edit my inventory for my Pokemon storage and my item storage. And so what this video is going to do is be broken into three parts. One, how do I as a free-to-play player prioritize inventory like Pokemon versus item storage? Number two, what does it currently look like? And number three, we're going to edit it. We're going to pare it down, and because how my inventory and Pokemon storage is now is actually not conducive to GoFest, and it's probably the same for you. Like you're gonna see, I'm very close to. I am at max item storage, and I'm at max, like pretty close to max Pokemon storage, and you can't really have that going into GoFest, and you can't have. You need like a higher distribution of balls compared to we'll go into all that right now. So, what do I focus on as a free to play player? So again, as you're gonna see here, I've been playing since December 2018. Holy smokes, we're kind of up on 6 years now. That's crazy. So 6 years. I'm filming this on Friday, FY. So that 10 kilometers is, this is going up Monday, but that 10 kilometers is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So yeah, don't walk much. So almost 6 years, so 5.5 years right now. And as you're gonna see, I'll start with the bulkier one. My items, I have 4,350, but Pokemon storage, I'm only at 3,000. And I just find that for me personally, how I hold Pokemon versus how I hold items is very, very different. And it seems like I want to hold more items all the time, and I'm more sort of liberal with giving away my Pokemon. So let's actually start with the item storage to tell you what it currently looks like. So in my item storage, I generally do this. I have about 100 revives and potions, like hyper potion, max potion, get rid of the other stuff. So I have 100 in each. Pokeballs, this is actually my highest great and ultra balls I've ever had, because I'm starting to ramp up for GoFest, and we'll talk about that. But usually I'm at maybe 700, 800 ultra balls, 400 or 500 great balls, and then 200 to 300 Pokeballs, because the Pokeballs, I have a gacha, so I use that to catch. In terms of berries, I usually hold around 300 golden raz, a couple hundred pineapps. I save all my pineapps, like silver pineapps. And then for pineapps, I have between 200 to 300 usually. And then raz and the other berry, I just feed them in gyms or toss them. I don't use them at all. In terms of incense, again, I used to use incense when they spawn more than every 5 minutes when you're sitting, but not using them there is whatever. Like when they nerfed it, it's sort of whatever. 33 star pieces. I use star pieces usually only for 3-time catch events, end of season bonuses for Go Fest or Pokemon Go Battle League, and then sometimes when I'm doing if there's a 4 times dust Go Battle Day event, I can potentially launch it there. 60 lucky eggs. Again, I'm already at level 50, so I'm not really using lucky eggs right now. I'm just getting them. And as a free to play player, I'll talk about free to play in a second. Pokemon rare candies, 460. I dump the rare candies into I'll show you my Pokemon, but I dump my rare candies constantly, so I'll never go more than this is already pretty high, so I'm gonna dump another 200 into I'm actually probably gonna save them for the new Pokemon and just dump them all into the new Pokemon. Rare candies I don't use. I don't want, I feel like I'm wasting them if it's not on a mythical or something, so I'm just kind of hoarding those. I have 150 premium passes. One of the only boxes that I buy was the 15 green passes for 1,000 coins. That also has 3 of the star pieces. So that was my one that I like to buy. So those have just been accumulated over the years. The modules, same thing. I've only used them during certain events, but otherwise I'm just getting them to that. Starting to rebuild my charge TMs. You should probably have 200 charge TMs. I was down to 30 there for a minute, but now I'm just kind of building them back up. Only use them when I need to. Again, I have a ton of, I've never bought a box with an elite or fast or charge TM, those community boxes. I've never bought one. These are just accumulation from GBL and other events. So I haven't used a ton of them because I don't have a lot of hundos. And when we go down here, you're going to see I'm going to start deleting these because I carry 5 of each stone. And even then, I feel like this is over what I need to be. My Pokemon Go, let's just do the obvious. If it's a good IV, I save it. In terms of shinies, as you're gonna see here, if it's like a rare shiny, I'll keep a few of them. But even if it's if it's a Go Fest one, like Rowlet, like this Noibat, there's no way I'm keeping 3. I'll just toss 1 right now, right? I keep 2, and I feel like that's all I need to keep for shinies. So keep good IVs, low amount of shinies, and legendaries. I'll generally keep legendaries just to trade. So you're gonna see here I have like a lot of, don't have a lot of legendaries because I don't raid much, but like Tornadus, like not that Tornadus is any good, but I have these that I've just done in raids that I will just keep to trade with people. So that's basically the 2. So in terms of like what I spend, you can still see I have 2287. This is not through purchasing coins. This is through just gems. I go and I take gems constantly. Where is it under here? For today, you can see I already have my 50 coins for today, and I still got 5 Pokemon in gyms. Like I'm throwing, if I can, 10 to 11 Pokemon in gyms every morning just to maximize those 50 coins. And you need to, as a free-to-play player, you need to do that. Okay, so what does this mean for GoFest? So as you see, I'm at like 100 from the top here. So the good news is I have coins, right? I have 2287 coins. I have 150 green premium passes, and I don't care about incubators. I don't even know how much I have. Let's, like, just to show you how much I don't care about incubators, I got 1 free one going, and I have 16 of these and 35 of these for 3 use, and I don't care. Like, I'm not using them on this. I don't hatch eggs. I think it's the most pay to play part of Pokemon Go. So I'm not going to use those. I'll just keep those. Maybe I'll do it during GoFest. But I'm within 100 here, and I'm within 50 here. So the good news is I already have like 1,000 Ultra Balls, and I have a lot of great. I would like to increase my inventory of the balls, so I'm gonna have to find room. So I do have some flexibility in buying Pokemon storage and item box storage, but we are gonna clean it out right now. And what I'm gonna do, like, these are just terrible boxes. Like, look, like this is all stuff I can get for free. 6,500. Like, again, I don't use lucky eggs. Star pieces are nice, but I don't have that. 3 remote raid passes. Like, you can basically get 3 for what, 525. So you're getting a little of these for like a slight discount. Like, it's not good boxes. And then these great box, again, everything here, maybe the incubators, but again, 3 of those are not useful to me. Elite charge TMs. How many of those do I already have, right? And I got to open my free box, but whatever. Okay. So let's start going through this. And one of the first things I'm going to do, and I'll do it right now just because I know I can replenish them quite quickly, is these max potions and revives. When you're doing raids at GoFest, it's not like doing a normal raid, because hopefully everyone is out playing GoFest. Like, GoFest is mostly honestly the one time per year that you see people out. Not even in, like, I'm not talking about New York GoFest and stuff like that. I'm just talking about regular GoFest in your hometown. Last year, I set up one at my local park. There was, how many gyms are there? 5 in the park, 5, 6, maybe 6 or 7 gyms, all within like a little. It's a park. It's a ice hockey arena, and like a little like pond and soccer field, stuff like that. So there's like 6 or 7 gyms, and there were probably 50 people playing last year, because I posted on like the Ottawa Facebook group. I'm like, this is where we're playing, this is what we're doing. So so even though I play with 100 and 100 max potions and 100 revives, you don't need that many, because you're going to have lobbies of 15 to 20 people. You're barely going to be going through Pokemon. You probably don't need as many revives. If maybe some potions here and there for your Pokemon, but again, you'll often get revives and hyper potions and max potions and stuffs from the raid bonuses, like payouts or rewards. Rewards is the word I'm looking for. So how am I going to edit this? I don't think I'll do it right now, but I will do this I'm like probably driving down with Daxi to New York. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the potions and revives here in half. I'll probably go down to like 50, maybe 40 to 50 potions and revives. And again, that just comes from the fact that like when you're doing raids, you will be able to do them with like 15 people, 20 people. Like again, maybe if you're not in like the ruralist community, but like if you're in like a semi-populated community on GoFest that's in a somewhat busy area, you will see an uptick in people. So you probably don't need them. So right off the bat, I'm going to cut about 100 inventory just with the max potion or revives. I'm going to continue to focus on increasing the balls. With what I'm probably going to do, honestly, is I'm still torn because with GoFest, one of the things people like about GoFest is that you have a higher chance of shiny Pokemon, right? Again, I'm not a super shiny hunter, but you know, if I'm playing GoFest, I want the shinies, right? So the only time you're really using an auto catcher is maybe if you're like raiding and you don't want to like this. So this is what I did last year for the GoFest in Ottawa that I just the hometown one that I did. I basically used only Great Balls and Ultra Balls for everything I was catching on my own. And then I saved my Pokeballs and used the Pokeballs with my auto catcher while I was raiding. Because you'll get like, not a ton, but you'll get like, maybe like, depending on where you are, like 10, 15 Pokemon while you're raiding just with the go. So the question is, if I want to increase the balls by like 500, 600 before I go, what is the breakdown of ultra great? Like for sure, any ultra I'll keep. Greats for the most part I'm keeping too. I have given like I'll offset some. Cause right now I'm offsetting some great balls for Pokeballs just because I can probably use 100 with a auto catcher. The thing is like I may keep some for an auto catcher if I'm just like walking around New York on like the other days. So I'm still Pokeballs I'm still undecided for. Anyways, long story short, for the Pokeballs and Great Balls and Ultra Balls, load up on them because you need a lot of them. You'll be surprised how fast you go through those. In terms of the berries, again, I will just delete these. I always go down to one because it's easier. When you're throwing, on your, like when you click berries on the screen, I like having these three pop up because if you get rid of all the Raz and all the other berry, you go pineapple, golden, and silver. And if your brain's not like thinking, you can just like throw silvers into like a Weedle, like it, because if you're like, oh, that's where the pineapple's supposed to be, but it's like, oh no, that's a silver, that's a golden Raz. Like, so I always keep at least one. But for the most part, it's going to be dump all my Raz, dump all my I've been saying the other berry because I don't know how to say it. Nanab berry. I'll probably still keep the 200 to 300. Yeah, I'm so torn because there's no new Pokemon. The only new Pokemon are the sort of legendary Pokemon. Like, right? There's no new Pokemon. I don't think so. Maybe there's one, but if there's probably not new Pokemon making its debut at GoFest that you need Pineapps for this. What you need Pineapps for is if you are trying to build up Pokemon that you don't have. So for example, last year with the regionals, what's that electric regional? The electric regional from, I forget, the Alaska Northern Edmonton one. Pachirisu, I was throwing Pineapps constantly, sometimes silver Pineapps, because you want the candies for the Pokemon that you don't have. Again, I've been playing since 2018. Most of these Pokemon, I have all the candies I need, so I probably don't need as many Pineapps. I wouldn't be surprised if I get rid of some Pineapps, and then Goldens and Silvers I will keep. I expect to run Incense constantly, and Incense, eggs, and star pieces are probably something that I will just run constantly during GoFest. Because if I'm going to be out there grinding, again, this is my only event that I actually grind during the year. So I think these are a good time to use those. So I don't really need to get rid of them because I will be using them. The rare candies I need to get rid of. I don't need to keep 460. I want to keep some for the new Pokemon. But let's just go to like legendary and you'll see my problem here. Let's just organize by number. Like Zacian already got 611. Tapu Fini, I only have 70, but I've already got one built for Great League and Ultra League. The other Tapus are useless. Evoltal, 165. I'll eventually have to build one up. So you know what? This is actually a good one because I'm going to have to build one up. So we will just throw another 100 into this. There we go. We just dumped 100 into that. So that saves some. Xerneas, 240. Same thing. I have to build up a better one. So let's just go another 40. Kyurem, 245. I'm going to top all these up to like because you need like what, 290. So I'll top a bunch of these up. So there's 30. Landorus, probably already, Landorus already 386. So I don't need to top that up. Zekrom, 139. I do already have a 15, 14, 15. So the rest of it is just XL candy I need. So I don't really need any more for Zekrom. Reshiram, same sort of situation. I have a 15, 14, 15, level 40. So I only need XL candies left there. Thundurus is useless and I still have 180. Tornadus is useless and I still have 200. Virizion is only great for like Ultra League and I've already got one built up. I have maybe as like a raider, I'll dump like 50 into this. Kabalion I already have built up. Cress I already have built up. Giratina I already have 290 candies dumped in there. Heatran I already have a level 40. Palkia, I'm just at the XL stage and I probably still have like 270. Dialga, same thing, already have 300. These are useless. Rayquaza, I already have a level 50 and a level 40, right? So don't really need that. Groudon, again, that's just XL. Kyogre, I have a functional Hundo. 15, 15, 14. So I need to build, already 447, right? So I did just dump a bunch in, but as you can see, Latios, maybe we can dump like a few more in the Latias category just to get rid of them. So I guess I did just dump I'm down to 190 from 4 something. So there's 200 more bag space. The Reggies, Ho-Ho, I already have a 15, 15, 13, which is fine for Master League if I ever get the XLs. I already have a 50. I could dump something into this. I don't know how good this Pokemon is before I dump it in there. Level 50 here. Already got the level 50, 15, 13, 13. If I get a better one, maybe I'll dump some in there. Mewtwo probably has, 210. I'm still waiting on my Hundo for that. Maybe one day. Zapdos, I already have a level 40. So now it's just, actually, unless I want to build up this Hundo level 50 here. So maybe I'll dump another 75 into this. So the thing is and I'll keep 100 for the new legendary. So there we go. I just dumped 300 candies and I now have 300 more bag space, which I will focus on the balls for those. And then same thing. The rest of them, I'm saving the XL candies for mythicals and stuff like that. But otherwise, raid passes, premium raid passes, I will use the lure modules. I will lure up anything I see that is free. Fast TMs, actually, I don't need 100 and I just need just basically over 100. I don't even need that many. Yeah, so there we go. I just took down 300, 350 bag space here, and that's how I do it. I would focus on the Pokeballs. I'm gonna cut, like I said, I'm gonna cut these potions in half and the revives in half, so that'll take down another 100 space, and I'll just focus on the balls for the most part. And then again, you'll get these other all built up rare candies from just playing GBL and then raids, and I'll build up stuff again. And then when the balls are I feel like the balls are gonna need to be replenished a lot during GoFest when you're catching. GoFest is mostly about catching and raiding, right? So these are the things that you should be focusing on there. Now, you probably don't want to spend a lot of time looking through and deleting Pokemon. So for example, I just had my catcher on this morning when I brought my daughter to school. And actually, this is probably 2 days worth. Yeah, so this is actually more than 2 days worth. This is a few days of my auto catcher catching stuff. So what I do is, so you're going to see, so what I'm at right now, 2,900. So basically what I do is I go to the top and I just really look at, so anything that could potentially be, this is an OKIV, I'll start to go back later. And unfortunately later is probably later in this video because that is what the next thing we have to do. So the first thing we need to do is just go through all these Um, Again, and just look for anything that looks for, not that Bidoof is any good, but look for anything that is, actually, I'll probably delete that, so you'll see why in a second. It's just go through and look through anything that can potentially be a good IV Pokemon to use that for GBL. So I'll go through all these. Again, you can argue if you need XLs, you want to trade this. So then I find my first legendary as like a starting point. So it's a terrible legendary, but I'll keep it. So now I go back to here and I go, okay, I will now just go through and delete everything that doesn't have a star behind it up until my first legendary Pokemon that I just saw there. So we are deleting everything. There's your Landorus. So 49, goodbye. And then that is my starting point for my next one. So Shuckle, again, if I really wanted to, I would keep Shuckle and trade it for long distance if I want those XLs. I don't care enough to do that because I'm never going to play a little cup with it, realistically. I don't have the hundo and I don't want to build it up, and I'm not going to play it in a league. That's an interesting IV that I'm even keeping there, but we will just go through just to show you like how much I can just get rid of just by doing this with the Pokemon that I've caught in the last few days. And then we will go over, okay, what next? Because I still need to unload, I'm going to say at least 1,000 bag space. So don't get me wrong. With how many coins I have, I will dump some coins into Pokemon storage and item storage for GoFest. I think that is a good use of my free coins. So I will do that there. But first what we're going to do is we're just going to go through all these and just delete a crap ton of these. Like these are all terrible IVs. I wish there was like a way to, someone said in the main games or something, you can do stuff to, that has already had a community day, which is why I didn't take it because I definitely already have one. You can definitely in the main games like edit some of this. I don't think they have IVs. Do they have IVs in the main games? They say that you can edit some sort of the stat products in the main games with some stuff. And so the next thing you're going to see is lots of so this one's already like a decent IV, which is why I have one saved. And this will be the perfect starting point because you're going to see, even if I did not have one saved, you will see how I have so much room. Why not why I have so much room, why I have such little Pokemon. And again, I've been playing for 5.5 years now. And for 5.5 years to have 3,000 store, that's an XXL, so I label XXLs because I want to keep those because I need my free rewards. Again, another thing there. Otherwise, event Pokemon, goodbye. I don't care about event Pokemon. So those are straight to the grinder. And then you're going to see, so some of these I've already got some stars here, and that's because they're probably like good IVs, or at least IVs I need to look at, or like mythical stuff like that, or Pokemon that I would want to trade that I don't have a lot of. Just get this sort of like XL candy. Again, I don't even hatch stuff, and I still have 881 candies in this and 154 XLs. So these are the Pokemon that I would trade, and then the rest of these are now like Shadow Pokemon. Shadow Pokemon, I'm more lenient with the IVs I keep. Like these are not great IVs, but they're better than sort of nothing, not having one. Okay. So first of all, 3,000 Pokemon is very, 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 very small compared to how many I could have overall. And again, it comes down to a couple things. One, I don't keep a lot of shinies. And two, I don't really keep any costume Pokemon. At one point I had, let's just go to the top because this is how I do the next thing. At one time I had like 500 Pikachu. We'll eventually get to Pikachu with costumes. So I keep the Pikachu with costumes that are shiny and good IV ones. And all my Pika Libres I keep. Otherwise, I don't need to keep all these. And in fact, okay, that's got a scarf, that's got a crown. Okay, so these things are at least unique enough. If it's a unique shiny, I'll keep it because it's a trade piece for people. Otherwise, I do not care. So then what now? So I probably won't do everything on screen because it's already been 25 minutes. But what I basically do now is, okay, I keep a few things here. So Freakbacks, I don't have a lot of these, right? I only have 77 candies and 11 rare candies. So this is a Pokemon that I am willing to keep to trade long distance because I need the candies and XL candies for this Pokemon. So a rare Pokemon like this, I will keep an abundance of. Don't need to label them because I will go down. Same thing with newer Pokemon. Here we go to like Graveyard. So I have one, 15, 15, 14. This one may have just been lost in the thing. Yeah, it's bad IV, so we'll just get rid of this. And this one's my best IV, 6, 15, 11. So that's not bad. Bombardier. And now I just basically go through and side by side and compare what I may have looked over. So for example, I have 2 of these Pokemon that are essentially useless with similar IVs. So this one IV is great. And this one is actually not that good at all. So what I'll do now is I'll unstart and delete it. So basically you tag them and then you go and compare the side by side versus all the other Pokemon you have. So for example, these are another 2 examples. I already have a 0, 13, 14 and I have a 1, 14, 14. So what is this? 0, 12, 13 and like a 3. So what I'll do is I won't do it on screen here, but basically I will go into like a Pokemon rank checker because I don't need 4 of these, right? There's no reason you need 4 of these. So I'll go through like a rank checker. Maybe I'll just do it on the side just to give you an example of how this will work. So Pokemon Go IV checker. I know that there they are. Okay, so Nimble. You won't see this on screen, but so basically what you do is I put in the Pokemon. And then you put in the IVs and it gives you the ranks. So for example, I already have a 0, 13, 14. And this is a terrible IV, actually. So 0, 13, 14, even though looks good on paper, it only gets up to 1475 as this. And let me just confirm that's right. So what we're going to do is we're going to evolve this. I just want to confirm that is actually the case. And make sure that this thing is actually working. So we're going to evolve this for the first time ever. Like I don't really evolve Pokemon unless I have a use for it. So if I don't have use for it, I'm not going to evolve it. So here's the first Pokemon I'm evolving here. If this rank checker is working, it says it gets up to 1475 and then it's a terrible. Okay, so 1494. So it's clearly not working. Is this okay? Maybe this rank checker is not working. Let me try a different rank checker. Low kicks with a 0, 13, 14. It is the rank 5 Pokemon. Okay, so 0, 13, 14 is the rank 5 Pokemon. It gets up to, as we saw here, 14. I'll just read off the stats so you can hear it. So in the Great League, again, this Pokemon just got buffed and it's still crap. So let's just keep that in mind too. But 0, 13, 14 gives you rank 5, level 24.5, 1494. So the other Pokemon I have saved here is a 1, 14, 14. And putting that into this calculator, 1, 14, 14 is rank 190. So now this is where you're going to see a huge difference between me and Ryan Swag and Inadequates and stuff like this. So that's ranked 140. or 190. This at a 0. Is it the same? Or is it the same as this? Yeah, it's the exact same as this. So I've got 2 of the rank, and then this one is a what? Is that a 3 or a 4? I'm not really good at like deciphering this. 3 and with a 15. It's rank 6. 3, 15, 15 is rank 6, actually, unless that's a 4. If it's a 3, 15, 15, it's rank 6. If it's a 4, it's 23 and it's 477. So there's a huge difference. I won't do it here. I'll actually have to like figure out what I want to keep and not keep here and actually go through all these. But that's what I essentially do. I go to a rank checker, check out the ranks. In these ranks, it gives a few things. It gives the overall ranking, right? So this, the 0, 13, 14 is a rank 5. It also gives you the attack calculation, the defense calculation, and the HP. So the rank 5, 0, 13, 14 has 131.5 attack, 103.8 defense, 124 stamina. As a casual, you're like, you're not casual, you have a whole channel dedicated. Yes and no, I'm a casual. And here's why. I will probably just look at the rank and keep what is a good rank Pokemon. People like Ryan Swag and Inadequates and those guys, and those who are really into the competitive scene, what they will do is determine calculations based on these attack stats and defense and HP and how it affects matchups in different shield scenarios, right? So Ryan Swag has made his whole channel on this. If you have this community Pokemon, here's the IVs you're looking for if you want to flip the 1v1 matchup against this Pokemon. And they do their whole channel dedicated, and it's so some people have 5 to 6 Pokemon with different stats that they use that they could potentially bring depending on what they think the meta is going to be. Which for me, as a free play player, and generally a casual, like again, I play GBL constantly and I have a channel dedicated, but I'm generally a casual when it comes to this aspect of the game. I don't care. And you know what? This is rank 5, which is great. There are going to be other scenarios here where I just have, again, it's easier when you have Pokemon out here. Again, my perfect example is Mantine. People keep on saying how Mantine was just in a thing. How do you not have a good Mantine? I don't. I've got 2 babies with high IVs, and I've got the one I use, which is the 13, 12, 13. And yes, if I could get like a 0, 13, 15 or something, I would do it. But for me, it's all about, I'd rather use the Pokemon with terrible IVs than not have the Pokemon at all. So I didn't catch a good Mantine with good IVs. So I'm using a 13, 12, 13 in the Go Battle League. Double moved. I don't care. And that's really what differentiates me from other people, right? So there's my Mantine collection, couple babies, one less baby now because I don't need this. I don't need multiple babies. And this is why I have such little Pokemon. I don't need multiple babies. I don't need shinies. I don't need costume Pokemon. So I will go through now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, I won't do it on screen because it's already been 33 minutes and you don't want to see me go through all these Pokemon. But I will just go through Pokemon that have stars beside them. Like this is the Aromatisse that I know is crap. Oh, it's a Hundo, never mind. I was going to say, because I built up a couple just for the last season. Pancham, Terrible IVs, goodbye. So I'll just go and I'll look at my thing here. And I'll see like the IVs and I'll see like, oh, do I have a better one already or not? And if I do, I'll delete it. And I'll pare down a few hundred that way. So my goal, and so I keep these, although you can't trade Genesect. So I'm going to have to, I've got so many, but basically I'll wait for like a certain event that like you can trade away, like I remember they had the one like transfer mythicals for a higher chance of an XL. Like if I can't trade this Pokemon, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So legendaries, I generally try to keep to trade or do that event if you can't trade them. So that's why you're going to see a lot of legendary Pokemon in my thing, because again, I don't trade with anyone either. I can't trade if you want the long distance because they don't bring back the stupid guaranteed trade, which I was so pissed about. Now you got to do long distance, and if you don't have people you can do long distance with, you can't get to that. So I've got a couple Pokemon that are terrible IV'd, but I don't have a lot of them because I got this last time I was in New York for a work meeting. So I got that from New York. Golett, again, if this is just a bad one, it goes straight to the grinder. So this is what I'm going to do with my whole Pokemon. So I'm hoping that by doing this, maybe trading away some legendaries, I can pare this down to like 2,500 out of 3,000, and then I will probably buy a few hundred in storage. But my goal is to just go through, find the repeats, find the Pokemon that again, I can see right here, like I'll check the IVs for these, but like I don't need a 14, 15, 10 and a 5, 13, 15. In fact, I'll just get rid of this one because I don't think it's going to be that good. And if it's, again, I already have a 5, 13, 15 here and I have a 1, 15, 14 here and a 0, 12, 13. Like I don't need a fourth, maybe questionable. So that's how I do it. I just go through and I just delete it based on that. So that is basically how I'm going to do my inventory. Like I said, it is going to be way easier to do my item inventory. Like I'm already got 400 room here. I'll just buff up. Again, I've already started on my own doing this. I'll just buff up the balls and I'll cut these in half on the top here. But then this is the most time consuming. This will take like a couple hours to actually go through and look at IVs and then like figure out which one I want to keep. But otherwise, these are for the most part all that I need. Anyways, that is it. Let me know in the comments below what your strategy is for just regular and GoFest, if that changes any. That's it. My plan is to bring you guys GoFest content in New York. Stuff is lining up. I talked to confirm my room. I got to talk to Daxi and confirm my travel down with him. He's going to let me use his camera. So I'm going to try to shoot lots of videos and I'm going to try to upload them as quick as possible. Like I don't care if I need to like stay up from like 11 till 12 or 1 editing stuff. As my dad's uncle always used to say, I'll sleep when I'm dead. So that is the plan. So that is it. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one.